We're live.
Welcome to the Scale Builders Guild.
Live stream.
I just wait for you to say that now.
Perfect.
Just wait for you to say that.
Live stream takeover, week 120.
120.
Seems like a big day.
It's crazy.
Crazy. So
I can't believe it's been 120 weeks of this.
I know.
And we never run out of things to talk about.
No, I
can. You notice that?
I can find weird personality quirks of yours every day.
I'm sure. Shut up. I'm sure that we could spend easily 20 episodes on their own, all about flying cars.
You know what? If we just took the segments out, if we just took the segments out already and put them in, like, it easily makes 20.
Yeah, a retrospective look at all of the comments about flying cars.
Check in where you're watching from.
Let us know where you're watching from. And
when was the last time you rearranged your RC shelves?
I just did mine this morning, or just now.
Yeah,
actually.
I just watched you do it.
5 minutes ago.
You're like, okay.
Sorry. I don't know. Don't worry about it.
This morning.
120 weeks. Didn't even look at the number on the title. Wow. Yes, Magic School Truck. It's been 120 weeks.
Impressive, to say the most. So.
That's the absolute most we can say about it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's an impressive amount of time.
It is your birthday period.
Not a good show.
Yeah. No. That's about all. Nope. But it's been on a bunch. So if you guys could look up what shows we've done more episodes than that people would be surprised about. That's what I want to hear.
Oh yeah. Yeah. What shelves? Well, some of us put our trucks on shelves.
Yeah. Ben, I like Ben's answer here. Widened the path in the RC room a bit yesterday. I feel that. That's one that hits. Like
it cuts deep, that one.
I was just like, you know what?
Yeah.
It's got a bit tight.
Every time I start a new project, or even if I revisit an old project that hasn't been finished yet, I kind of have to go, okay, before I can get started on that, I have to make room in here for that project.
Yeah. No, I know. Mine just kind of. This room breathes. I feel like inhales things, and then I have to
It's like, isn't there and someone can Google this for me and check it, but isn't there like a Rhode Island sized mass in the United States of like organic material, like it's like a moss or it's like a mold or I think that's some sort of fungus.
That's it. It's like it's a mushroom, but it's in like Australia or New Zealand or something.
Is it Australia? I thought it was in America.
No, I think it's down.
Somebody Google it for me. But it's like a living, breathing thing.
Yeah.
And it's just sort of like.
It's like the world's largest single organic item or something like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
well, DK wants to know if season 8 will be super dark and disappointing. I mean, not all of them are super dark, but all of them are very disappointing.
Exactly. We try and be consistent.
We're living the dream in that regard. Yeah. So. It started already. Yeah. Somehow we started on time tonight.
Yeah. What? How did that happen? Man,
I don't know.
Savage Patch. Thank you very much for the donation. That's a fantastic username. Savage Patch.
So like Cabbage Patch, do you think?
Right. You remember Garbage Patch Kids? Did you have those?
Don't go anywhere.
Oh no. You know what I know you can still hear me since you have your headphones. What I've been getting lately is people sending me photos of Schwan Man trucks driving around.
Oh, I know. It's constant in the mod chat.
Yeah. There, I've got them.
All everybody cares about is the Schwan Man.
I've got them from a few other places as well. I'm just like, what do you know? Still going strong.
I knew hanging on.
Garbage Pail Kids.
Come in
my bad.
Handy.
Right there. Look at they're so pristine.
I know. I have so many of them. These are all from my childhood.
That even as a child, you kept your items so pristine.
Garbage Pail Kids Art Gallery.
Oh my God.
Doug Plug. I'm not going to go through all of them, but there's so many. Willie Wipeout
Oh,
for when you're pooping. I have so many. It's crazy.
and you had them at such a convenient distance from yourself. That was impressive. I mean,
Okay.
okay. Wow.
Oh, it's great. Yes, they were all like like I said, everything's within arm's reach pretty much.
Yeah, evidently. Even your vintage Garbage Pail Kid.
Well, but Josh, do you have a collection of all of the keys from Las Vegas?
Oh my God. No. I keep nothing. Well, other than way too many things. Never mind. Take that back.
Yeah, exactly. I got them all here.
Savage Patch again. Thank you, sir. Love the SCX24 build. Over 400 into mine. That is. Here's pro tip. Never add up the dollars. Don't do it.
Never.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. You're gonna hate yourself. Your wife might see that.
Yeah, exactly. I did a live stream on Friday with the SCX24s because I had some chassis that came in from Hard Park RC, and I was Friday afternoon at work. I was like, what am I going to do about a stream tonight? I was trying to think, so I was like, I've got those chassis. I was like, I'll do a chassis swap. So I built a couple of those up.
We're swapping chassis.
So put the chassis into a bowl and see who we went home with.
Fun fact, art gallery was Matt's idol growing up, hence all the tattoos. Yes. Matt's a true nerd. That's where J Concepts gets their names for things.
That would be so much more clever.
Yeah. Honda Guy 84 said something here that I think is probably for you. Or actually, no, it's for me. My everyday carry is all of that stuff. He can fit it all in his pockets. Yeah. My everyday carry is items that you would never, ever expect me to have.
Oh, my God. I forgot. I need to find out who it was. But first of all, Gunnar Nissen, thank you, sir. Tonight's code, # I bought Schwans today. Satisfied Jerky, 10% off. There's your code.
Hey, speaking of, well, that's for mail call, but jerky delivery.
Oh my goodness, you're gonna be
jerky delivery.
You're gonna be. Did you eat the bacon yet?
Yes, I've had 3 of the bags of bacon already.
Mine are long gone because they're freaking incredible.
Yeah, it's a whole different world.
Anyway, after our EDC topics from last week, when I discussed my mini pry bar and how useful it has been on a daily basis, pretty much. Someone messaged me to go, hey, did you know that there is an EDC store in...
Yeah, we talked about that on the stream.
Did we?
Yeah.
That there was an actual store? Okay. Oh, that's right.
Thank you, Dana.
No, it was a comment. We were talking about you were in my live stream on Friday, wasn't it?
Maybe that's it.
Either way. It was... I was going to go Saturday.
Did you go? Oh, you didn't go.
And I didn't. I was out all day Saturday with a wicked headache.
Oh.
I was on the couch. I didn't even put on pants. Well, so all day.
Pants?
It was that bad of a day.
You wear pants? Not in Sacramento, you don't. Although, can you still get away with pants right now? Short pants.
Shorts. No, I'm in short. It's been over 100 lately. Today, not quite over 100, but whatever that comes to in centimeters. So no pants. Where was the pry bar?
Yeah, where was all your everyday carry, you dingus?
Oh my God!
In a Ziploc bag next to my bed. Hey, Savage Patch, thanks for checking in, and thank you very much for that. You can ask questions.
Yes.
Please ask questions. It makes this the EDC store is next to the Leftorium.
Only left-handed items.
Yes, that's right.
Yes.
Ned Flanders owned that store.
Did he? I did not know that.
Yes. Mr. Burns came in and bought the left-handed driving car.
So there's been a car that I've seen pop up on Instagram quite a bit lately, or also like on TikTok. It's hashtag solo car. Have you seen this thing yet?
No, but I do want to talk about another car today. So save that.
One person electric car, 3 wheels, obviously.
Yeah. That's why it showed up on your, on your
looks
hashtag 3-wheel.
Pretty interesting. It's like,
what's it called?
Just look up hashtag solo car. See if it pops up for you. It doesn't look bad. MSRP is shown at like $18K USD. So it's better looking than you would think. It's got a bit of a hatch to it, so a little bit of trunk space to hold. I'm like,
The Electromechanica solo car.
Yes.
Hey, that's in Vancouver, British Columbia. You know what? That doesn't look so bad. It looks like a squished Insight.
Yeah, it's just like, it's like someone
the old Honda Insight.
Someone just comp cut the Insight and narrowed it, and then
they pinched the rear, but not the front. All right, that's not going to do very well in a cup. But I do like it.
It's got fender coverage still, so I could really see.
Yeah. It gets scale points. It's got 2 mirrors and a wiper.
A wiper. Has a cup holder. It has 2 doors still. You can get out either side.
You can get out from either side. It doesn't matter.
Both windows
go
down. I'm saying, I agree. So,
what was I looking at that blew my mind? The McMurtry Spearling.
Oh, the fan car.
Oh my God!
Now, if you guys didn't watch Goodwood Festival of Speed coverage at all, it was wicked fast.
Wicked fast.
I feel like we should do a fan car now, Matt.
Dude, it's so funny you say that, because when I saw it, I was like, "This is the next monthly challenge. This is the next monthly mayhem. We're doing it.
I know.
We're doing it.
We got now. What would be?
Now we have to find the worst platform.
That's what I was just going to say. I was like, what platform that would be terrible are we going to make a fan car out of?
Clodbuster.
The most special edition ever. What are we going to call this special edition? Gray.
The fan truck. That's too many words.
Yes.
Let's take F and truck and combine that somehow.
Yeah.
Savage Patch again. Thank you very much. I mainly just watch on my TV, on my phone, showing love. I don't talk much. Cheers. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Very kind of you. I like watching Matt's hair gray over 120 episodes from Josh. By the way, my wife calls you the good Canadian, and that guy, and Josh.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
It's got 3 headlights, eh?
I like to bring that level to the stream.
Yes. Aging me.
God. Brazen
120
scales.
weeks of episodes, but it's 400 weeks of aging.
It's like being president. Holy crap. Brazen Scale says, so I won an SCX6 at Axialfest. That's pretty impressive. And I already have one. Keep it as a spare for buddies to drive or sell it cheap to a buddy. Maybe I should make it a fan car. Can you imagine the fan you would need for said fan car? Who can we get to sponsor the fan? Like, can we get Dyson?
Obviously,
or
Dyson.
Do we go big?
Yeah.
You do Dyson. You're more of a Dyson guy. I feel like I'm more of a...
It's funny. I ordered a Dyson.
Of course you did. I'm more of like big ass fan guy.
Oh, hey, we have there's a guy with a truck, the Big Ass Fans company.
Yeah,
he lives around the corner.
No kidding. I feel like that's more of the difference between us.
What I'll do is I'll just wait until he gets into his truck, and I'll be like,
"Sir,
hey,
can I talk to you about some RC cars?"
Pardon me. Do you like RC cars? Get out of here. Yes, the gray special edition. It's gray. The Clodbuster. It's gray.
So I had poked a little fun at the gray edition, special edition
Duh.
And I got an email from Tamiya the next day from Fred over there, and he was just like, he's a good sport. Like he by all means understands my poking, but he's like, it is molded in gray. The chrome bits are black instead. It comes with a special Hobby Wing dual motor ESC. I'm like, okay.
Oh, sick.
There, so it makes it a little bit easier for guys who are actually built. I'm just like, but still, gray.
Don't look.
Gray edition.
Just don't look. It looks good. It's probably the best looking Clodbuster since the original.
What does that say though? Qualified.
They had a lot of ugly ones.
I was going to say, I was like, it's not Clodbusters. The only reason anybody likes the Clodbuster is nostalgia.
Yes.
Right? Like,
yes.
And that's enough for
and I'm
a lot
old
of people.
enough to appreciate that.
Yeah.
That's all I need.
The only reason I have some appreciation for them is because that's what we used to make crawlers before there was any sort of crawler you could buy.
Yes.
So,
I know.
But speaking of Brett,
anyway, so,
I think
yeah,
Brett should keep the SCX6 and just go wild with it.
Put all the aluminum on it.
I'm thinking like right before Axialfest, I'm just going to see if I can one weekend jam on my SCX6 and like buggy it out.
Okay.
I feel like I need two.
IFS it.
IFS it, God. And put 2 2s on it.
You don't need 2.
Make it smaller.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
Although it seems like you could IFS the SCX6 way easier because of all like the monster trucks that are probably kind of within that range. You just have to find one with the right diff, the whole deal.
Yes.
You could do it pretty easy.
It'd be fun. Make it a ducted fan unit. Oh, and DK came in with, I've decided I'm naming it this because we're doing this challenge.
Oh, I'm up for it. We just got to pick the car now. And
yeah. Maybe felony or infraction. It should be an on-road. Well, that makes it too easy, though.
That makes it kind of close to already on the nose.
Yeah. So we have to go elsewhere with it. But he's like, this is my OnlyFans truck. Brilliant name. It's brilliant. I'm doing it.
That is a good name.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm stealing that one.
You want to talk about just derailing your monetization for that video series already. Do it. The clearly recognizable OnlyFans logo that we all recognize, like, regardless of your subscription status. But just put it right on the car in a permanently blurred out way. Like,
yeah, exactly. Like it's always blurred.
Yeah, it's
perfect.
It's just painted in blur. Like,
Oni said, IFS and 1.9 tires, limited edition. Charge way more.
Yeah, charge way more, and put a Tacoma looking body on it. Make it,
Yes. Yeah, that's amazing. So yes, we'll talk about our OnlyFans project at some further juncture.
Don't ever refer to you and I in any sort of separate your statements, sir. I demand it.
There's a lot of legitimate operators.
There's a lot of
there. Okay?
I know. I see that charge too. But listen, there's some artists on there. It's not just about that type of work, honey.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we do have Tony from CCXRC on tonight.
Yes, so we should do mail call beforehand.
Let's do mail call real quick.
I have a lot, so it can't be real quick. God. Listen,
I didn't get that many things this week, and I didn't get the hauler yet. I haven't
got the hauler.
I don't know. I think maybe it's gone. And it's okay if that's fine. I'm not upset. If that happened, it happened. Maybe they're mad at me. Who knows?
So I'm currently in the state of having to sell trucks and then replace them for the series that I'm on. So I've got I don't know if I should show this or not. Maybe I shouldn't show this.
No, show it.
No, that's stuff for Flip That Truck. So maybe I shouldn't.
Oh, come on. Don't be so elitist. Just show it. Who cares? People will watch the video still.
Okay, I guess. So I had to replace the first truck that I sold, which was that SCX1. And the first part of it is that I bought a tube chassis
Nice.
for $50.
Okay. That's a pretty good deal.
That's a really good deal. It needs a little bit of work.
It looks okay though. It looks pretty
It's
clean.
if you guys remember, like in the U4 days, it was called he made the Beast chassis, Mike Duncan out of SoCal. Well, I can't remember. RC
Fab Works.
Is that right? It sounds right.
Mike Duncan, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like one of his. It's not one of his. I know who built this, but it's solid rod, so it's a bit heavy. But that's going to be
your
the
cut.
That's going to be the start of one of them. So, and then I got a roller for it, but it's not here. So, and I got that pretty cheap too. So you go next.
Okay, Jerky.
Oh,
Jerky arrived.
yeah.
I will say that Gunner admittedly is like, I'm not much of a sriracha fan, but the sriracha
so good.
So good. And it's bacon, but it's very, very good. I'm enjoying that greatly. Thank you very much, Gunner. The thingy's pinned in the chat there, so go buy some jerky.
Yes.
I've got three more things.
You go next. Well, I'll go next, I guess.
Yes.
I got some like kind of boring hardware stuff, but I think you guys might be. It's a good tip for if you're a builder. So
Josh is giving you just the tip.
I use almost like scale safety wire in a way to like hold on small wires or parts that a zip ties just look bulky, and I hate using them often.
Well, that's if you don't hide them well.
I don't care where. Sometimes you just have to put a zip tie in places, and they just don't look good.
Well, not if you do it right.
So, I use safety wire, jeweler's wire, floral wire a lot, but I found some new like black jeweler's wire, which
nice.
blends even better. You can get this stuff on Amazon. Just search black jeweler's wire or black floral wire. It's 22 gauge or 26 gauge. I think this is 22. But you just cut a little length of this and you kind of speed tie your cables or your panels, like if you're doing aluminum panels on with this stuff, and it's so much cleaner than zip ties. But I was out of the normal silver, so I got silver and I found the black. Buy that. Also, last piece of the hardware stuff. I needed this for the LC70. Ended up buying 6 sticks of it, but it's actually it's just M3 all thread, which you don't see as often as 440, 632. Also on Amazon, 2 pieces, 250 millimeter M3 all thread for like $7.
That's handy.
It is.
Can come in handy.
So
yeah,
things you should possibly look at having in your
things you should
toolbox.
Need. Yeah.
Okay.
Is the headset thing new? No, we always every single episode wear headphones.
Yep.
Otherwise there's a massive echo. Echo. Okay, my turn. I got some new sanding sponges in varying grits.
You, for a second, gave me crap about jeweler's wire. You got sanding sponges.
This is important. This is important.
Oh, what's her name? God, Elaine.
What are you talking about?
We'll start calling you Elaine.
Oh. Can't spare a sponge. No, that's can't spare a square. I know. And then also from Mr. Hobby, I got Mr. Almighty clips, and these are pretty handy because when you're painting things, sometimes you need to just clip them on, and then you can stick them in a piece of styrofoam or whatever. And these are kind of disposable. But you know me, there's 36 in here, and there'll be 36 in here when I die.
Well, I'm missing some parts. I must have forgot to put them in my bag. But next, I got the new ProTech 1K TBL. This arrived today. So it's the new one from ProTech. 1,080 ounce inches of power.
Did you see the video of it like deadlifting weights?
Yeah, I was there. I was standing.
You were probably directing the video.
I was standing behind where the video
now,
was shot.
I know you guys make a lot of videos, and they get a couple of views
I'm
here and
saying,
there. But I think I know how to make this better.
Yeah.
And you stood in front of it, and you're like, hello, everyone. What's up, everyone?
I wasn't there when they filmed it. I was right. Yeah, so
he kept putting his hand under the servo arm.
Yeah.
Tapping it. Those are direct wire, right?
No. These are regular.
What?
Regular power.
So 1,000 ounce inches at what voltage? 7?
8.4.
8? That's incredible.
Which is safe for about any servo. Like,
yeah.
If you're running a Castle BC, even if your servo says 7.2, just run 8.4 because it's fine.
You heard it here first.
But holy BEC. So they while I was there, that was something they were showing. Is they put it on there, they were lifting the weights and showing the stall voltage, and it was like 6 amps. So you do need a beefy BEC, but I think a Castle Mamba X has a 8 or 10 amp, and then of course a Castle regular standalone BEC 10 amp, which is what I'll be running alongside of. Oh, and this was one of the things they were like proud of, is that they flipped the lasering so that it's right side up when it's facing down in a crawler chassis. They're like, we flipped the lasering. And the guy who was in there who like helps that side of the product development, he's just like, yeah, I'm a racer. I don't get it. Like, I just don't get it. I'm like, in crawler chassis.
Why do you need all this?
In crawler chassis, no. It was because of the lasering. Like, it was a big deal to flip. He's like, that's not the right way. It goes the other way. Like,
1080 ounce inches of torque, and your ESC lights on fire when you use it.
So,
did I show these last week?
No.
These are tire decals.
We talked about tire decals because you put the Bridgestones on the Kyosho.
That's right. So this is the sheet that you get them off of.
Oh, you got them on a sheet?
Yeah.
I was
and you
unaware
just
of
cut them out yourself, stick them on. So very handy if you're detailing a vehicle and you want to have
is the
cool looking logos. It's pretty good. It's probably more for like a Mabushi motor and less for a brushless motor, but
Did you lose any on your most recent filming extravaganza?
No comment. Yes, I did actually.
Did you? Okay.
Yeah, there's one missing on the Tundra.
Okay.
And I believe 2 missing on the Challenger.
Okay.
But I don't know. I didn't notice this before, I'm giving away stuff that's going to be in my next video coming out tomorrow probably. But the discs the disc spins with the tire and the rotor or the
rotor static.
Yeah.
That's quite scale.
Yeah, quite scale, right?
It's nice, isn't
it?
Good. It's a nice detail. Honestly,
Kyosho does detail. I like the
phaser platform is so basic, but so good.
Yep.
Like,
all right, I got one more thing.
Okay. I have more than that.
Hurry up. Go.
Oh,
then you go.
I got 2 of the, and I forgot some of the parts that go along with these. I got 2 of the 179 Smart micros. Briefs came out with these. I got these with the winch setup. The micro winch setup.
He's sending me both of those micro servos.
Oh, nice.
And I'm also getting the ProTech one as well.
Hey, what do you know? So next week you'll just be slightly behind me, like normal.
Yeah. Canadian time.
Yeah, so I've been running a suck down winch in the Class 2 truck that I was running in the video that I put out yesterday with the new Vanquish VXT2s, which was part of the I had built that truck and like talked about it a little bit, but I'd never showed it. It was like because it had the new tires on it. When I did the painting of that body, the Power Wagon body, the like patinaed paint job. Yeah, I talked about it in the video, and I was like, this video or this truck will actually have gold wheels on it, and because I had swapped the wheels to put different ones on it, and the ones that I swapped on were also gold already. I was like, it has gold wheels. Like, I just, like, when I was editing, I realized these things. I'm like, no one's going to catch that, but it's fine. But if you go back, you can see my catching myself and things that I shouldn't be saying. But I've been running the larger winch in there. I was like, I'm going to try running a front and rear suck down winch just to try it out.
Just try it on all four corners.
I mean, side hill.
DK said, pretty sure my ex needs a new suck down winch.
Did people notice the tires at the comp? Yeah. The guys that are there are
guys in the know.
Well, they're super competitive. Like that group there, they come from the original comp crawling days, and they would still only be doing that if there was enough people to support it more. But there's really not. So the scale side, they go to that. But they're wild competitive. So everything, they're just like, that's different. That's new. But they're also cool enough that they're not like taking photos and posting on the internet. And
oh, that's nice.
It is.
That's nice.
They get the deal.
You should have just put should just written on it with like a white Sharpie. Duratrax.
Yeah, just something else. Deep woods.
Nobody would have ever looked at them again.
Deeper woods, like
deepest. These are the deepest woods. All right, finally for me, I got this really nice notepad from GCM Racing, and included when you buy the notepad, they include a C-Max chassis.
Oh, kit. Well, that's a bonus.
It's it's a pretty expensive notepad.
It sounds
but the perks
like it.
Are well worth it. This is the longest wheelbase C-Max that they offer.
How long is the longest?
I think it's like 13.9 inch wheelbase, and then there's some extender bits if you need to go longer.
What are you building? Are you mad that you didn't get the hauler? And you
I'm building my own hauler. Oh yeah, I'll show you. Anyway, I'm not sure I need these, but good to have just in case. Leaf sprung chassis. I'll be running one of their LRT transmission doodads motor up front. This is for the CUCV or CUCV.
Right, however you want to say it.
More commonly known. Do you need a bigger suck down winch for such a long chassis? Coming up next on the OnlyFans.
Damn it. I had other parts and I don't know what I did with them.
All right, good. Well, we can get that over with and get Tony to the show.
Yeah.
Before we do that, somebody was asking, is that a new trophy truck behind you? Yes. If you've been following along on Instagram, I triggered everyone today.
Yes. One of my coworkers actually said, why does it say Ford? Because that's the joke.
There's the joke. Someone also actually gave me a really good piece of advice. He goes, on the tailgate, just put Jeep. And I was like, yeah, that's not a bad idea, actually. But I think I have a better idea.
You have a better idea?
Yes.
Okay.
Ram. Just big, bold letters on the back.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the Gatekeeper chassis from Element RC. Trailing arm, rear suspension. Made a big cage in the back. And doing some fun paint work on it. This is that Chevy Silverado pre-runner body from Proline.
Yes, which you're making me like much better than I did initially when Proline posted the photos of it.
It was not good in the photos. It's Mazda. It's actually even better. I think that's great. He's on fire tonight.
I mean, yes, Datsun even. You go with something that just like
Mitsubishi, maybe. Hyundai. There's a lot of great choices out there, but keeping it in the Ford Chevy theme, I think, is probably best. So maybe I'll put like a Ford. I'll put Explorer on the back or something stupid. Okay. Yes. All right. Let's get
Thomas
Anthony on the
add Thomas.
How do I do that again? More. Add participants.
Oh, and then I gotta.
Tony CC. And add. He better be there, boy. I know he's been chat. Oh, my audio just went goofy.
Yes,
there he is. By guest speaker. Tony, see you. 1 second.
Oh, I do not see him yet, but that's okay. Let me see. Got it.
Beep, boop, boop, beep. Tony. Tony.
On top of it tonight.
Bam. Hello, Tony.
I can't hear him, though. I can't hear.
Try speaking again.
Hear me
A
now?
little bit.
You're very quiet, but you're there.
You see,
How about
nope, still very, very quiet.
Keep going.
Turn it to 11.
Or 15.
Whatever it takes.
How about
There
this?
we go.
There we
That's
go.
it?
There
All
we
right.
go.
That's
You can go a little bit higher.
Even-
I haven't used Skype since
There you are. Hello.
I don't even know.
Ounce inches matter. That's a pretty funny shirt.
So you guys were talking. I'm like, I'm wearing the perfect T-shirt.
You are.
I like it.
That's great.
I like it.
I like that too. Is that on the Tony CC XRC?
It is. I
Teespring
almost wore my
page?
Hoonigan shirt. I'm glad I
Is-
didn't because it would have been awkward.
Not as awkward as last week.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
When
missed it.
Matt and I both had our Hoonigan shirts on.
We were all wearing
It's like,
hooligan
oh,
shirts.
alrighty then. Good stuff.
Josh, just stay the same size for once, would you?
Tony CCXRC, if you guys are not familiar with, runs Monster Jam. He is the owner of Monster Jam and all affiliates.
If it's a monster truck, he's owned
Yeah,
it.
he's
Even
Probably.
if it's brand
he's
new,
driven
you bought
he's
it.
driven every monster truck.
He's owned it.
If
driven
I
all the
haven't,
young
I
ones.
have it in the box sitting in the corner waiting to be built.
Or
Because I have a
reviewed.
couple of those.
Yes.
Oh dear.
But anyway, CCXRC is his YouTube channel. He does a little bit more
Also
of everything than Matt or I.
true. He's a lot more well-rounded, much nicer,
Yes.
more talented,
You
better
know,
looking.
Yeah. This is a real
But
feel-good
I'm-
episode for us, Matt.
I'm more stock, I would say. Less skilled builder.
Well, that's right. It is the skill.
My
building
painting
skill.
skills, however, are probably better than Josh's. So,
Oh, hands
Yeah.
down.
although
And
I
he-
haven't tried the patina technique yet, so he may have just stepped past me.
I used more than one color on a body, so we are now on equal playing fields. So
All
So
out of
when,
his-
when I
all out of
use
a
more than
can,
one
though.
color on a body, I get an instant patina that's accidental, and it looks kind of cool. Like stuff starts cracking, and I'm like, I meant to do
Oh.
that. I'm gonna own this.
sick.
Yep.
Call me Tony Pollock.
So I guess
Yep. Meant to do that.
if you're such a monster truck guy, can we talk about the new Clodbuster real quick?
Sure. I haven't
mean,
been
it's
able
not
to look
new.
at it other than on the Scale News update.
Well, it's a different color.
Show. It's
It was
gray.
gray. I have the black one, which I thought was special, and now it feels less special because the gray one is now out, and
Right.
it's more special.
Yeah, it says it right on the box.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gray and it has black parts rather than chrome parts. And so that seems like a bonus.
Yeah.
And blue shocks. But
The bumpers are blue too, aren't they?
So
It doesn't
here's the
matter.
thing with those. Most everything, like you keep the axles.
yep, kind of.
and
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. That's
Aw.
yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
it's nostalgia, Tony. Some of us have that.
Tony, what's your feelings on vintage RCs?
Well, we've like evolved
Right.
in
Yes.
and some people are just kind of like
Like, I remember
don't like
when
evolution.
I remember
Yeah.
when
So-
this is just like when I was a kid. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
right there with you.
so-
Like we've improved.
yeah.
Let's not do that anymore.
But okay, here's the thing though, and just real quick, because we should ask Tony real questions about
These
Tony
are real
and not-
questions. Does he like
No, these are great. I like it. I
Okay.
actually
But-
think that the Clodbuster is one of the best. I mean, the axles in it are stinking durable. Like we put full brushless power in each axle, and just like run them like crazy. You know, they'll break and they're a pain in the ass to fix, but you know, like, because the screws, like, to get them off, like the screws are on the inside. If you want to change out like the arms of the axle, like, oh my gosh, you got to disassemble the whole transmission because they're on the inside. Yeah. So you build it from the inside out, and if you just break like your little control arm or whatever, whole thing's got to come apart. Like,
that's the Tamiya way though, Tony, you know.
Yeah. I mean, so, but other than that, I mean, like, the gears themselves are like insane.
Oh yeah, they're super wide, just super fat. Like, because we used to run them in super class with tires that were just, you know.
Oh yeah. But here's my question. Don't you think that something like a Clodbuster could be a gateway drug for me to other monster trucks?
In the 90s?
Shut up, Josh. This is not a question for you.
They're, so the thing about them is, like, for racing, they're the most fun, like, because they suck. So
right.
It's like equal playing field. You have these like obstacles that absolutely like roll the truck over. If you just hit it at, like, there's like that one, 10% speed you have to hit it in. If you don't, you high center or you roll. So like that kind of stuff's fun. Like, there's like an equalizer. So like the kids that win every week don't always win. So that's why I liked that class, because like I couldn't go fast with everybody else, but I could win in the retro class. Nice. But no, I mean, I think they're cool and it's a gateway. But
yeah, like, so it
for
could
you,
lead
like,
me to get an LMT then.
No, just start with the LMT.
Yeah, obviously.
I mean, it's way more fun. Like, it's probably the most fun RC that's out there for a basher / whatever. If you have a small yard.
Now, what if
you
you thought about this, Tony? What if someone asked you, or proposed to you even, that they were going to get an LMT and then put a Tamiya hard body on it? Would you say that would be a good idea?
No, I think that's ridiculous.
Oh, come on. You guys are the worst.
Dude, there's so much power. You're going to break it in like 10 seconds.
I know.
Thanks
like,
for
have you seen my Lexan body?
Thanks for coming on the show, Tony. Thanks for coming on the show.
My Lexan body has no front end to it anymore. Like,
all right.
I call it, because the SUD is like son of a digger, SUD. I call mine the POS SUD because like the whole front end is gone because it just busts straight out when you run it, because it's a beast.
So we're talking about monster trucks then.
But no,
right.
So we don't have to talk about monster trucks. We can talk about the minis again you were talking about. Those are cool.
Tractors for a second. Psycho 13 Garage, thanks very much. He says this is to ask Tony about his tractor he is so fond of.
I think my tractor's sexy.
Oh, it's so good. I have tractor envy. He's got a tractor.
What kind of tractor do you have?
Dude, I got a John Deere 1025R with a backhoe and a front end loader. I've also now got the
perfect
the pallet forks.
Oh, nice.
Because I got a 2 foot by 4 foot vacuum former now in my.
You got a 2 foot by 4 foot?
So
you stepped your game up.
I had to get a pallet fork in to lift that heavy thing out of the back of my truck. I mean, it's 1970s. It's like Dynamax or Dynavac, and it's like the buttons and stuff like total Star Trek, like switches but it's cool. Like, it auto does stuff. There's automated parts to it.
Dude,
cool.
I didn't see. Have you done any? Have you put any content on that?
No,
okay, I was gonna say
I had to get a 50 amp. I had to get 50 amp installed to plug it in, and yeah,
awesome.
So I went to Wisconsin to pick it up.
15?
Yeah,
because you can charge it.
Yeah,
any battery you like.
I charge at 25 amps. No, 20 amps now because of my Spectrum. Those batteries can do it 25 amps, 5C charge rate on those 5,000.
Yeah, on a 5,000, not on a 450.
Oh
no! You'd blow that up in 2 seconds.
Oh no, you wouldn't. Trust me.
Did you blow one?
No, he was just charging a 450 at 15 amps at our comp table.
It was an 8. It wasn't a 450. It was an 850.
Well, they won't even charge all the way because you can't plug in enough for the lower. Like, it'll say it's done, but you're only like 10% charged.
Tony, no, don't worry about it.
Okay. I mean,
thanks for coming on the show.
But no, I have severe tractor envy because the size of his little John Deere with the front loader and the backhoe combo, perfect combo. So,
yep,
that's why
it's
he
small.
Moved. That's why
it fits in my garage.
Yeah.
You needed space for a new track.
So you recently did
right on
move.
the river. It floats now,
You're
so
right.
I fish in it. And that's exactly.
You're in Michigan now from Virginia.
Virginia, right.
Yeah, I remember when you guys had to look where Virginia was.
I knew about where it was
there.
at. I just know that
it's next to West Virginia.
Yeah, it's just east or west of it. I don't remember.
Probably
or just above North Carolina, like right on the coast. Is where
I definitely thought it was further up, but
it seems like it should be.
Yeah, it seems like it's like Maryland. Like, I don't know.
Dude, it was freaking hot all the time. It was like humidity at 100. Like it was at 11 all the time. Like you walked outside and you're like, new underwear, please. It was the worst. You go crawling and you're like, well,
he put the old ones for
I won't be able to
sale
walk
on
for the next
CCXRC.
week, but it was worth it.
But
that's on his OnlyFans. It's CCXRC/OnlyFans. Speaking of merch, is that the Axialfest Badlands hat?
Yes. Isn't this awesome?
It is.
That's a great looking hat.
It's a good hat. I agree.
Hopefully they have them for you guys at the West Coast.
Yeah.
I'm not going to that one.
Kidding.
I was supposed to go to the West Coast one this year, and then things changed, and I got to go to East.
You got to go to the one right by your house instead?
Yeah. Which was convenient.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, how convenient for you. That's good.
Hopefully now I go to Proline by the Fire.
Oh, perfect.
I need to get out west.
We'll see you there, because we're all going to that.
We all just booked Airbnb today. The Mod Squad compound. So...
That sounds like you're going to make a lot of money on OnlyFans.
Oh, boy. We're going to call it the Content House. And
we could do a live stream. There's at least 3 YouTubers that are going to be there.
True story. We have...
Yeah.
We'll be there for a Friday night, too. It's the perfect opportunity.
Yeah. Gunnar Nissen, thank you very much. How many times has Tony watched Flying Cars? And why is the answer 0? Also, does Tony like jerky?
So, funny story. I told you, I think this, Matt, that I actually had a jerky company reach out to me before you guys started talking about jerky. Because my brother used to do their website, and he started following because he did RC cars, like my RC stuff. He's like, hey, I think I actually know your brother. And so he talked to my brother, and then so he's like, hey, we should try and do something. I was like, but he sent me like this huge box of jerky, like a 10-year supply of like. So I joke about it whenever I'm out, or even when we're doing our live stream where we, copied you guys exactly. And, had jerky and all that going. So
speaking of jerky,
I didn't have any discount codes, but yeah, Country Meats, their ghost pepper ones are pretty awesome. Ghost Fire.
Listen, sorry, Tony, you can't talk about other jerky companies on this show.
There's a.
I had to because I saw what Dean had posted at the top there.
Son of a. All right. Well, thanks for coming on the show, Tony. 3 times you've been kicked off. Let's make it 4. Have you seen only?
I watched it on a flight. Flying Cars. I just posted.
You watched it.
Remember?
You did watch it. Yeah,
dude,
that's right.
I sent Josh an email the night of, and I liked it. And he was like, came on like the show and was like, man, that thing was trash. Like, and I was like, oh, okay. I thought it was kind of all right.
Not that bad.
But I mean,
it's horrible.
It was rad. Like it was as bad as rad, but it was totally genre specific. And I'm like, I feel that guy. Like I'm that guy.
Tony,
right?
Stop. Go watch it again.
Yeah,
I did. He's a total creep.
Yeah.
He's a total creep.
And honestly,
but the whole YouTube thing, like, no. So I was doing that though. So I was a video editor, and I was leaving work at lunch and going and filming YouTube videos at lunch. Dude, like totally.
I would never do that. Ever.
No.
I love my job. Yeah. And I would never, ever leave my job.
And you didn't preview your footage
cars.
when you got back after lunch, maybe on the clock?
All the time.
I can just picture both of you sitting there in your thin ties, just sitting there right by the receptionist.
Really tight pants.
I had the square bottom tie. What are you talking about? The one that had all like the ripples in it and stuff.
Mine had
the knit one. But no, I mean it was like rad, like, and then he did the whole basher thing, like, and he was jumping off that.
You want to be
like
a big jumper or not?
That's exactly what I did, and I sent it to flat ground like an idiot.
Oh, Nee said, Tony, but were you dating Jailbait at the time?
No, I was not dating Jailbait. There was no cute girls working at our hobby shops.
Scott O'Blander has a legit question here. He says,
Oh.
so is Tony the Josh
right for this
character
show.
and Pablo is Matt, or is it is it flipped?
What?
Who's who in that? I don't know.
Oh, yeah, good. Pablo, oh, right, yeah.
Pablo's a fabricator.
Tony's probably more the filmmaker than I am.
So,
Yeah. Well, I did just get a camcorder, so I'm not really the filmmaker anymore.
I saw a photo of you today at Badlands with that.
Yeah.
And I swear,
That's a
camcorder.
you had
baby.
made it larger somehow in that. Did you have like a whole rig on top of it too? Or did it just look bigger in pictures?
I don't know where we're going with this, but
Tonight.
no, I didn't have anything on that. I mean,
Live stream
I
Takeover.
normally would carry like a GH5 with like a big old like
Monitor and everything.
5-inch monitor on it and like the side grip, and
Yeah.
it ends up being heavier than that stupid thing, and I can like hand hold that thing down at the ground easier.
And that thing does like what, 120 frames a second?
No, 60. But
Oh.
it zooms like 20x. Like I don't have to change lenses or anything like that. So it's like zzz, like
I'm kind of
optical
Which
zoom.
one is it, Tony?
Yeah.
The CX350 by Panasonic.
That's an old
It's that
one. isn't it?
GH5. So
Oh, that's old.
you're thinking of the DVX 200 or something.
Does it
That-
still shoot on high 8? Or,
Yes.
It's 4K.
Does it use like the
just
Sony
came out like
memory
a year ago.
sticks? Like 128 meg at a time? Just
Pixel Vision. Records on a cassette tape.
does it
Yeah.
download it real
The
time?
only other thing was
as
like
it's plugged
Canon.
in?
Canon doesn't do 60p on theirs until you spend like $5,000.
Yeah.
I know.
They're so far behind with the camcorder game. Like,
I
but
borrowed,
these things become annoying to shoot with. Like,
Battery life
just-
and
I'll tell you what, though. The A7C that I have, that battery lasts forever.
does it really?
oh, you got the cinema one,
I'm so
man,
surprised.
it's so good.
and that one's got the fans and everything on it too,
No,
right?
the C is
No,
the cheapie.
A7C is it's the cheap full
Yeah.
frame.
Oh,
Super nice.
not the
It's
S.
like
It's so good.
yeah.
because they've got the cinema one now.
Mhm.
That's what I was looking at. But still, it's just like by the time you put all the stuff on it, it becomes like this. It takes forever to set up when you get there. This one, I literally flipped the switch and hit record, and like, you know,
When I did my first Axialfest gig, I borrowed a Sony FX9, which at the time was a pretty great camera.
yeah, they're nice.
But yeah, it was a total pain in the ass. And it was an early system for slow motion. You could do 240, but you could only do it in like a burst
Oh,
mode.
yeah.
Yeah,
So you're like, all right, let's do it. You only had 10 seconds of super slow motion before, and then it took like a 30-second.
To
and
reset
that's like no
render,
sound
right?
or whatever. That's like actually shot in slow mo.
Yeah,
already
exactly.
to 24p or whatever. Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, what's the other Sony like?
variable rate.
There's that other Sony that'll shoot like 960 FPS for short, and it's like the size of your ZV-1.
But it's like a 560. It's like
Yeah, it's like 120,
560.
120 by like 60. It's the
Yeah.
worst resolution
So,
ever.
I mean, this one will do 120 and 240, at like 720 and
Yeah.
1080. But I just shoot at 60 and call it good.
But actually, you know
50%.
what? This nicely segues into your Axialfest Badlands video, which I just finished watching before we started this stream.
I didn't see it
and
go up.
I gotta say, it was phenomenal, man. Like that was one of the best docu-style looks at an Axialfest event in recent memory. So you did an excellent job on it. I hope it gets a lot of
I'll have to
attention.
go watch it
because
right after.
It really sold you on the event. And if you haven't been to an Axialfest,
Oh man, it was a blast.
go watch that video because it really, honestly, it sums it up perfectly. It was really well shot too. Lots of great footage in there.
Lots of
And,
zooms. Cool
20x
zooms.
zooms, man.
I was like, hello, I got zoom, baby.
You can go from 1, you can go maybe 2x. If 2x isn't working for you, you can go all the way to 5. And
Yeah,
then
this one
maybe
goes to
even beyond.
11.
No, it goes to 20.
It does go to 20. But no, so like the thing that made me buy that was Monster Jam. So when you're like
Obviously.
filming the monster trucks, and I'm editing those videos now, and they suck because like they're zoomed, like they're way over there at the starting gate.
Yep.
And then like they come all the way up to you, and so you got to zoom out. So either you leave it zoomed out the whole time and you can't see them at the starting blocks, or you got to like rack it, like just like in the whole camera, tilts as you rack it. And so I was like, if I'm going to do that kind of stuff, I need to get a zoom again.
Good on you, man.
Just,
That's a good choice.
I like the thought.
Anyway, but yeah, thanks, man. That video, I kind of faked it all because I didn't have enough content.
You didn't go.
I was only there for a day and a half.
He didn't actually.
You weren't even there.
So I filmed me driving my SCX 10.3 like when they were setting up for the last night's ceremony.
Oh, yeah.
Their 3-hour ceremonies that they do.
The best time to go run trails.
In the evenings.
Oh yeah.
So I went and ran
Unless
the trails.
you're working.
So, yeah.
But that's exactly what I did. I went out and shot a whole whack of footage for my video for Axialfest when I wasn't it wasn't even happening.
Yeah.
We were setting up, and I put some gates
Oh,
in the area. Oh
my God! You said
that's just dishonest.
No. That's film.
That's film.
Which is dishonest.
So you didn't really get. So you're only there for a day and a half, which even if someone else is looking at going, like if you can only go for a day and a half, go. Like that's.
Oh,
but
yeah,
if you can go for 3 days, even better.
I mean, don't go now because it's over.
Right? Yeah.
But
You might get run over by a Wonder
right.
Yeah.
But the one thing is like it's kind of crazy at Axialfest because of how many people go, how the same trail may be completely different from the first day to the last day.
Oh yeah. Oh man, it gets tore up.
Oh,
like
yeah.
I couldn't even compete. I couldn't complete the 24 scale one. It was just like they just chewed out there's like 2 gates I couldn't get up.
Chewed out the pebbles.
And, they make it usually pretty easy.
Like
what?
The 24 scale, like you were talking about that 24 scale on your live feed last night, and I was just like, I was thinking about a 24 scale trail, and like, how long was the trail? Like,
it was 25 gates or something.
Like,
30?
That's not
physical
bad.
distance.
That would be doable.
I mean, it was the top of the main rock, so it was probably like 100 foot by 100 foot area. It was pretty big
reasonable.
for 24 scale.
Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I was wondering. I was just like, I was trying to imagine because the 24 scale at last year's Axialfest up here, it was a good area. It was right up by the rock racing.
Yeah.
And it was pretty short. Like, you could walk from one.
Well, they probably learned from that and then expanded it.
Yeah.
Well, ours was pretty big 2 years ago when I went because it was one of the best courses. It just looks so scale. It looks like you're out west when they're just the rock that they have there that you're on. Just the little bumps. And last time they made it so easy, like it was just like, okay, that was fun, cute. This one I'm like, okay, I can't even get up these. Like I'd have to have a winch to get up some of these. So.
The difference in the SCX 24 market from 2 years ago till now is pretty wild.
Well, I was not running a stock SCX 24. I had a Furytech.
Oh.
So I learned about Furytech from you guys when you did your build off.
You're welcome.
Yes, and so I went up at A main. And
was it A
from your link?
A main?
From your link, A main. So yeah, I grabbed it from a link from one of you guys and bought it, and now I've got too many of them to talk about.
And a website where you're selling them.
Yeah,
so I actually have a connection with them now through it all. I started doing videos on all their stuff, and yeah. So
their monster truck conversion was, or the kit was pretty neat.
Yes, and that doesn't use SCX24 axles. That uses like the enduro style. Is that right? Like their own
Barrage or enduro or the RGT.
Right. There is one of the little guys.
Yeah. So these ones are you can only get the blue one from my site. So I worked on a deal with them.
Exclusivity.
Oh, wow. Look at you.
10 o'clock.
Because it looks really good with the son of a digger body on top of it. And they didn't have a blue one, and I asked them if they could make it. So
now
do
you think they would make an orange one?
Yes. That would be a bad habit body.
Do you? Yeah, I don't even know what
Of
that
course.
means. I
Obviously.
presume it's a monster
Yeah.
truck.
It's a truck.
But what was the sort of the reasoning for you to get into this? Did you see that like you just wanted to fill a hole in the market, or was it more
Greed.
of like
Pure greed.
No, so ever since, a lot of these smaller ones were coming out, like the 24 scale, like the larger metal ones, the toy ones. I always thought about, well, what if I just like took all the SCX 24 stuff and put it inside of that chassis, which Kevin Talbot actually ended up doing. I was too lazy and busy at the time, and he took it all apart, basically hot glued stuff in and
Sounds
made
right.
I was going to say I'm not familiar with his work.
a hot glued SCX 24 based, or one of the mini crawlers based monster trucks. And then from there, we've just been, people started coming out with 3D printed ones.
Right.
And I've done, every iteration of them pretty much that's come out. And this is the easiest one to go fast with.
Yeah, that's what it looks
because
like.
the axles.
You can buy a little
Yeah.
bomb-proof transmission, a brushless motor setup, metal geared axles, and you get.
You're off
They
to
come
the
with the metal
races.
gear axles now in these.
I saw that.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, it looks
cool.
pretty legit. What I found interesting to hear, like the backside of your story is like,
Real quick, if you guys are interested in any of this stuff from Tony, just check the description. There's a link to his website there.
but you had commented on it in like a couple of videos or maybe social media. I don't really remember where you were posting it, but like you really liked these 124 scales, both the SCX 24 stuff and now the monster truck side of it. But it sounded like some of your crowd was like getting maybe a little bit like wanting you to.
Yeah, tired of the little stuff.
How did that like?
Well,
How did that go
winter
over?
here, right?
Right.
So like, there's only so much we can do. So I was doing some indoor crawling because we have that here. Michigan has so many, like, I could go comping like 4 days a week here if I wanted to.
Wow.
So,
that's nice.
There's 2 places locally that are easy to get to within 30 minutes that do comps twice a week. And then when they run another one, they do 3 times a week. So Tuesday, so one of them reaction is at Tuesday night 10 scale, Thursday night 24 scale, and then Sunday when they're doing the league is both. So you can comp both. And that one's their actual, like, for points and stuff. And then the other one, Crawler Space RC, they do Wednesday night and then they do Saturdays.
That's a lot of
Nice.
days.
So the
I
Wednesday
would
night one, though,
be
man, that
there all
comp and
of them.
stuff is crazy. Like, it's winches and like technical lines. Like, these
Yeah.
are like, this is what you'd like, Josh. Like, these
Yeah.
things don't look scale. They're just like all performance.
What
Like,
does
they
that
got
mean?
the boat side. They got the boat side, and all that. Well, no,
I know.
Yeah.
I
You
know
know
you
exactly
still do the
what it
scale.
means.
You do enough scale to get points, right? Like, just to qualify for the points if they have them. But then it's all like winning.
The parts of mine that are scale are the ones go Matt goes, what is that?
But, yeah, so
all the
like-
things Josh does just are the things I would never do.
So I don't run my axials up here. So that's the funny. Like, I haven't driven it since I was at Badlands, I think, before. I actually ran it on some trails, USTE. But like my SCX 10.3, I got small tires on it, like mud terrain, BF Goodrich, RC four-wheel drive tires on it that look like the ones that were on my Jeep.
Was that a special edition
Yeah,
that they
that
offered?
sounds very
or-
elite of you. Like,
Yeah, super elite. That's something I would.
The mud terrain tires?
No. That's
I
the
don't know.
joke. The Gladiator, the
Oh.
special edition Gladiator.
Yeah. No, I don't have that. Although I am in that program, so I got that email like a long time ago to buy into that. Because if you like pay with their Amazon Prime thing or whatever,
their version of it.
Horizon, yeah.
Interesting.
But I get 2 days, shipping. Like FedEx is like,
Yeah.
it's so fast.
Well, you got the main warehouse there, not too
And they're
far
so
from you.
close.
Right
Exactly.
around the corner.
So, yeah. But the I don't have that. I don't even have a Gladiator. I have the SCX M3 Jeep kit. I built it. So I put the
Good for
click in
you.
mine on my own. So
Did you think about
nobody
green?
helped me do
Maybe
that.
they stole it. Yeah, that's. But you know, it was getting back to the
Angry eyes.
Yeah, exactly. Of course.
But you don't have the full size Jeep anymore, though.
No,
You
it died.
sold that, huh?
No, it
It
well,
Well,
There
you
was
had
an
the accident while towing. I didn't know that was the end of that Jeep.
we were driving. My wife was driving. We were redneck, man. So we were like, I was driving this like 2002 Fleetwood Bounder, like, yeah. By then we had already roller painted it white with rollers and white house paint. So it was like blinding going down the road for anybody near us. It's this big white wall, and I'm towing my tractor behind it on an 18-foot car trailer behind it. So like big old RV towing the tractor, and my wife's behind with the Jeep driving behind, watching, making sure that nothing goes wrong. Well, what went wrong is the axle snapped right off of the Jeep. Like the wheel came right off.
Oh,
I think that the bearing, that whole carrier thing, just like cut through the axle because it was just sheared right off, like just cut. And yeah, it was insane. Like the guys that were looking at it for the insurance are just like, what happened?
that was definitely a scary looking scene.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
totaled
no
it.
kidding.
Totaled it out.
your wife and
Yep.
were your kid?
One of my sons was in
One
it.
of them was the other one was with
Yeah.
you and the
One
RV.
was with me, yeah. In the RV. That
There's an
is
RV.
That's what it was like. So that's what it's like. We'd say we have an RV, but it's like it's an RV.
Yeah.
But we gutted the whole thing, like, and we put like IKEA stuff in it, and you know we've redone the inside.
What part of Michigan are you in, Tony?
Grand Rapids. So we're West Michigan. We're like right on Lake Michigan. It's an insane
gorgeous.
part.
So
There's like, oh my goodness.
So anybody wondering what part of right next to Detroit. There you go.
Yeah, there's sand dunes everywhere and parks everywhere, and like it's cool. I mean, we have winter.
Nice part.
Yeah, but there's something to do even in winter here. So harder for RCs, but there's like sledding, hills, and
Just get paddle
skiing
tires
and all that. I got some paddle tires, but the snow, we get a lot of snow.
Oh,
not
okay. I know
Canadian
all
snow,
about
but yeah. Yeah.
I know all about snow.
Yep. So anyway, but yeah, the 24th thing was kind of weird. You know, people were getting upset about it, but
Now,
my
was
boys
that
are into
different
it.
than?
So
Because I guess you were kind of more coastal before, so you didn't have the winter downtime, or?
oh, winter was when you were out. We had summer downtime because it's so hot and the bugs are so, like, you can't drive because there's like these biting flies that just swarm you. Like I wouldn't go out and film in the summer because you get, one, the snakes, two, the biting flies, and yeah, not fun. And the humidity was like dumb.
And the Dementors.
Yeah, mentors, and yeah, chiggers and all kinds of stuff. I didn't have enough clothing in my closet to go through a 10-minute shoot, so.
When I used to go film a lot with Headquake, and when I would go out there, he lived a bit north of the city, so when I would go out there, I would have to wear like a full-on mosquito shirt.
Yeah.
With like the mask, the full mesh.
You were just beekeeping out there.
Basically, because the bugs were so bad.
Yeah,
all the time.
I will say, coming from the Midwest and like living that buggy summer, Nicole, I'd like call her on my way home, be like, hey, I'll be home in 20 minutes. Turn the porch light off so that when I come inside, there isn't a massive.
Bring all the bugs with you.
Yeah.
You should see coming in here at night, like, because we're on the river too, so we got like those fish flies that are just like on everything.
Right.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I turn off the lights in here before I go outside, and I make sure I have the outside light on so that they're ready to stay out.
To that.
And out here, it's just not a thing. Like, there's just not screens on a lot of people's windows. Or people just leave doors wide open, and there's just not bugs. Like
homeless people just move in when they
there
want.
There is that. You got to battle away a
yard.
homeless person every once in a while.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
No, we absolutely love it here. Like west side of Michigan, like people don't understand. Like I try to tell them, like when we told them we were moving, they're like, "You got to be kidding! Like why would you do that?" It like we're outside all summer. Like, it's beautiful here. And in Virginia, like, when the kids are out of school, like, it was just stay inside or be in the pool. And I mean, it's awesome. And I don't mind the cold. Like, we were ice fishing, you know, we were doing all kinds of crazy stuff, having fun. So yeah, snowmobiles are crazy out here. Like, there's trails everywhere. So there's a lot of fun stuff, but it's also just an outdoor state. Like, everybody boats, everybody's got off-road vehicles. Like, you should have seen us when we were going up to Mackinac. How, like, so in Michigan, you can apparently drive a truck, tow a trailer, and then have like a boat behind that.
Yeah.
Like, you can like go 3 deep on that thing, and they're like nuts, like, out here. Like, they got their Jeeps. So many Jeeps and side by sides and 4-wheelers, and there's trails for them everywhere. It's awesome. So yeah,
that's
it's not quite out west like you got, but it's as close as we get on that.
But we also, if you have more than 2 axles, you have to drive 55 miles an hour. And so there's no of this. There's no 3D.
Not in Michigan.
Yeah, exactly.
We're home of the auto industry, man. If you ain't going 90, you're getting run over. Shoot.
You know, that's.
I noticed that as I crossed into Michigan on my way back from Alabama, things got fast.
And bumpy, like, you know, like, the road, like, it deteriorates immediately across the border. It's like,
rapid change.
Your car could disappear in that hole.
Yeah,
it was very fast until I got to the bridge, and then it was very slow.
Yes, Windsor, but yeah, no. So
now
I don't know,
when you did
24 scale's where it's at for us. Like, I like it better than 10 scale, honestly. Like, for crawling, all day long. I'm sorry, like, it's like.
Thanks for coming on the show.
I know. How many times, like, there's.
I like them, man. They are a lot of fun, and I like modding on them, and I liked our budget build and everything, but nothing.
It doesn't have
beats the bigger stuff. Man.
For comping, I would say that's where I like it better.
Now, if there was a 24 scale competition series here, I absolutely bet I would be into it. There's no way that
I would participate,
man. Like,
I would participate,
but
for sure.
There's no way I would like it more than 110. 110 scale trucks are just so much better. But 124 scale is great for the price. You can build really just decked out 24 scales. I can't
build your truck, and there's a limit to how good the SCX 24s get. And so I think that's what I like about it. Like, as far as the competition goes,
it's more of like there's going to be an even playing field at the very top end because nobody can get.
It's my retro. It's my retro class in Monster Trucks.
Oh, that's an interesting
what I like
way of
about
putting it. I mean,
it evens out. Like, so I go to the other comps, and I go knowing that I don't stand a chance of being in the top 5 ever. Like, you know, if people show up, you know, it's just not going to happen because they all own metal shops up here, and they all, like, they're custom, like, their wheel sets are custom made. Everything's like, they go nuts.
I just like Michigan people.
Dude, you would love it here. I'm telling you, if you came and you, like, just got to talk with them, like, they've got like 4 winches in their trucks, like, going every single direction.
So I've seen you posted up like some of your comp footage, like from when the 10 scale stuff. I think you were driving the Ecto.
Yeah, that's my most competitive truck I have. Well, I have my Vanquish. But the body is not so good for comping right now, so I need to change the body back.
Yeah, what body is that you got on there?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
It's a Lloyd.
Well, it's an RC Patina guy, Lloyd.
Yeah, it's supposed to look like.
It doesn't matter who
Sergeant Slaughter or something like that.
It's nice. It's nice that he did it.
What's it called?
Yes. Very nice job, but it's still a freaking Lloyd.
Yeah, exactly. I say that same thing to Moose Jaw.
Yeah. Well, he did one too. I saw it was pretty good.
His also is very nice.
It is. Yeah. It's still a Lloyd.
The body, it's so long. Is the problem?
It is. Like, I couldn't believe it.
It comes off the back end like 2 feet.
It's just like, I know we made this roof super tall, so we might as well make the bed way too long. Like,
what about people for bumpers? What are they going to do for bumpers? Don't worry about that. That's not a thing.
Yeah.
It has a molded bumper in it.
It's got a bumper on it. Yeah, exactly.
So Saigon Shaker is what. Okay, what did I call it? Sergeant
That's
Slaughter.
That's what it's for. It's for Whatever. Saigon Shaker. That's what it's really for, I think.
SS something SS.
Close.
I knew that.
It's what us monster truck guys wanted, and that's what it meant.
Why the?
But I had to get one because, you just brought it up so much that I couldn't help but poke the bear.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
but
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Chris Ash. Great question. What do you think of the Gozer? Do you own a Gozer body?
No.
No.
Don't.
Huh.
I don't like the. I mean, I like the Brodozer truck in that it's diesel, and it's cool that way. But no, I didn't. I wasn't a fan of the real truck body, and so.
Fair enough.
I see people run it for comp stuff though because it's tucked.
It's it's okay.
Well, J Concepts, they do a lot of monster truck stuff.
Do they?
Right? Like not just.
Yeah.
Do they? They do.
They do.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
I think they do. I don't know. I don't have any monster trucks because I don't.
So most of it's based for that, so
Yeah.
it doesn't scale down to the crawlers super well, but
even this, even the stuff they do, like they do wheels and tires.
The fact that they did the transport tires, I think was their coolest move they've done in a long time.
Yeah.
it was.
I
cool.
agree. That was
Except
So I don't understand why you guys don't do like a scale monster truck build off. Like there's so much scale stuff you could do to them to actually like.
I guess we could practice. You just want to like practice
you don't have to drive
practice
them. Like,
holding your breath
just
for
like
a
the
real
rest
long
of the
time
truck.
for a while, Matt. We can just
Yeah.
You don't have to drive it. You just have to make it look scaled.
Yes.
I can do that.
Yeah.
That's what you're
I'm
good
happy
at.
to do that.
No.
All
That
right. Guess I'm buying an LMT then.
yeah. That's
Well, that's not the scale one, but
Oh, which one am I supposed
I'm
to
just
buy?
kidding. I would get the LMT any day of the week.
yeah. The LM
Twice on Sunday.
Get the ready to run or get the kit while you can.
yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah?
heard that it's
Yeah.
the roller's going away. It sounds like it.
You want the black
Oh,
chassis.
boy.
Oh, that's only available in the roller?
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
It would be nice if they came out with another ready to run that would have a black chassis.
Oh, that's right, because
that
the
would
son of a
sell well.
digger has the blue chassis.
Blue.
And then they have the grave digger in green, and that makes
Yeah,
sense.
that's why I wanted that. That's why I wanted that Furytech one in blue.
That makes sense.
Well,
Well, and
so there's no kit. It's just
it's a roller, which is even
It's a
better.
roller,
Like
yeah.
I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
it's got wheels and everything. Yeah.
I think it's on sizzling summer deals too.
What's it cost
Yeah.
on A-Main right now?
It's on Horizon. It's $329.
It's $349 on A-Main,
$329 on Horizon. So,
but I'm already
Just
logged
saying.
into A-Main. So
That was very like a
what an
weird-
elitist move that is!
I was thinking.
What a scumbag!
Sponsored by Aiming.
Yeah.
I do have some stuff ready to order from what?
Aiming. It's already in my cart, so it's $20.
Yeah, it's in my cart.
Homeless people living all
That could be
around
the
me.
fan
What
car,
an
Matt.
ass.
That's
I told you we
the
could
perfectly
do it on a
wrong.
monster truck.
I think there is no other monster truck you would suggest over the LMT, right, Tony?
Well,
Are you going to
yes, but
Raminator
they're all
us?
custom made. Well, they're all custom
Okay.
made, like they're metal built chassis, but
Like,
they're for the LMT. Like you take all the parts from the LMT and mount them to the chassis that are like full on tube chassis that are
Josh, let's just talk
Unreal.
to the Raminator guy.
yeah.
Be like,
Like,
hey,
hey, listen, we want to.
why don't you send us a couple of
Yeah.
those?
Matt's going to need some extra parts too, so send him 2.
Send them two.
You do
Speed
have
runs.
the, you do have the
We've seen-
original Raminator, right?
yes.
And how often are you driving it?
Since
How-
moving, not often. Before I moved, all the time. It
I
was
did
like my
watch you
go-to.
crash it a lot.
Oh man, I love driving it. So I just have to. It has like the. I'm blanking on the name. The choke. It's just like one of those little flip metal plates that kind of you put in between the air filter.
Yeah.
I just have to bend it because it keeps slipping. Like you'll jump and.
Oh,
and
it goes
it'll
down
bog
and
out.
chokes
So,
out. And blah.
Yeah. So I just have to kind of bend it so it like kind of has more friction. But I had somebody coming over to look at it. So the problem is I listen to YouTube, like, and everybody's like, it sounds
your problem
awful.
right there.
It's not tuned, blah, blah, blah. And then so I was talking to the guys from Primal. They're like, dude, you got one of the best tunes on like the stock motor of anybody. Like, so they all think it's like a dual stage, like, high, low. It's one, like there's one knob on it. It's just like tuned so somewhere in the middle. You have to choose whether you want low or high, where you want to have a little bit more of that pep, So I just kind of choose kind of just north of the middle just to have it really kind of, I don't know. But yeah, so everyone's telling me that it's terrible, but it's because they don't have one and they don't understand the motor itself. So I just need to ignore them and just keep running it as it is, because it's been awesome. I've had it pull starts like immediately, like 2 pulls and it's going.
It's such, I mean,
it's big.
It's
huge. Yeah, my problem is that I bend the shocks, so I'm gonna buy the new shocks because they're like twice as thick.
Really,
now.
the shock shaft diameter.
Shock shafts ever. Oh my gosh, yeah, they're massive now.
Yeah, they look like the shocks off of a Walmart bike in the back. I was like,
well, before they were thin for what they were.
Gotcha.
And I kept bending them, but
yeah,
I changed the angles on mine and I did a bunch, so it's kind of my own fault, but I was trying to get more, better suspension out of it, which I did, but the problem is you can bend the shock shaft if you land wrong.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So,
yeah.
Well,
I have to answer a quick question. I did not paint the windows on this truck. It's the overspray film. I painted it on the outside, and you cut the overspray film.
Did I lose Matt's audio?
I lost
Yeah.
him.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're back.
Sometimes the headphones just decide to connect to the other computer.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's perfect timing. Did everybody miss that?
No,
it's not.
We heard you say that you have to cut it off, and then you were starting to go more into depth, and that was fine anymore.
Nobody needs to know
Exactly.
anymore. All right. Yeah. Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt.
Now I'm
So you guys
looking
should
at
totally ask for those.
I'm looking
But
at the
no,
LMT. Like, I see that the roller, but is it just like, in all honesty, like, should you just get the RTR and be done?
Yes, because you got a body with it.
Yeah,
Then.
and it's
Oh, well, Josh can't paint, so yeah, he's got to get that.
so that seems like a better idea.
But you can just take the cage off them too and put any body on them you want. It comes with body posts that you can they screw into the chassis, and then it's not scale looking. But
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, the son of a digger looks pretty cool.
it's pretty
well,
cool.
hold on.
So you lose the whole front of it.
I'm
and it
calling
looks-
dibs.
I already ordered it.
Ew, no. Ugh. I don't want this son of a digger. It looks like a Lloyd from the front. You can have it. It's all yours. I'll take the grave digger, but I'll make it the mortician's
The
shovel.
mortician's apprentice. What did they call it?
That's what they called it. Isn't that what they called it?
The mortician.
Well, J Concepts
There's,
called it, like, they had a worse name for it. Surprise! But it was
Was it son of a mortician or?
Monster truck. I'm looking it up because I need to find it. The mortician body, yes.
Yep.
And then they've got the junior mortician.
junior mortician, whatever.
Oh, brother.
Got to get around licensing.
RCPT
Yeah, but
guy
they have a
checking in.
Samson body, so
Right.
they obviously know how to license things.
Well, they licensed that. Well, they can't license through Feld because of
Monster Jam rules, right?
I'm getting a
Ryzen.
Samson. I've always wanted that big muscly arm.
to do it as Hulk. That'd be really cool. You make a
Oh.
Hulk one. There you go. They had a Hulk one.
Full of
with that.
ideas, Tony. Full of ideas.
Well, they did do a Hulk version with that truck, a paint scheme, but
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
not super original.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right.
They need a
So,
goat.
son
What's
of,
They're pretty cool.
Son of a digger it is. That's
Darn it!
Get
I can't
one?
believe we're doing
what are
this.
you gonna do? Like a jump off or something?
No, we're
Are
gonna
you-
make them suck. Literally.
Ah. Put a winch in them.
No.
Did you watch
we were
any
talking
of the
earlier-
Goodwood Festival of Speed, Tony?
No,
Do you know what the
Okay,
Goodwood
so we're
Festival of
talking-
Speed is?
no.
Okay. It's a
Do you know where Britain is?
Yes,
Okay.
I've been there.
All right.
oh, well, you're ahead of me there. They have it's basically a hill climb ish type thing,
Okay.
Not really, but kind of. Anyway, it's just time.
It's on private land, right? Like it's a really rich guy's property, and it's basically his driveway, isn't it?
I'm unfamiliar with that detail. Basically,
I think it might be.
Basically, they do a time trial, start to end, and the one that won this year was hashtag fan car. McMurtry.
McMurtry. Spearling.
Yeah, and it's like the old school Le Mans car with the fan underneath that sucked it to the ground.
Yeah,
and it's an electric car though, so it was on rails and just glued to the ground. And Matt,
it obliterated the record.
Yeah, it
really
it topped F1 car records. Like,
it beat them.
Yeah,
it would beat them at Silverstone. Like if it raced against them on the F1 track in Silverstone, it would beat them
for a lap at least. Right. And
well, that's all.
Yeah,
I mean, until it ran out of batteries.
Exactly. So it truly impressed. And Matt and I both were just like, we should do that. We should build fan cars. And we were like, we should do it with something that doesn't make any sense.
Yes.
And
so
LMT makes absolutely no sense. Like,
doesn't make any sense at all.
You got to run them before you put the fans in them because they're pretty wild.
Yeah.
Save your bodies, but yeah. They're really.
Well,
so the best part about them is that
you
can run them.
Need to worry about the body.
Yeah, in like a 30 by 30 area, you can have so much fun with an LMT. That's the best part. You don't have to have like ARMA area or anything like that. It can go fast, but
why do you say that is compared to just like my Outcast? I love my Outcast.
Well, because we can just make little like Monster Jam style jumps and just do backflips and moonwalks and bicycles and like the scale type jumps in what would be kind of a scale arena form. It's super fun.
I see.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be full trigger, full whatever. Just.
Oh, so well now you've lost Josh because his throttle only has 2 positions.
Yeah,
Matt takes
watch Big America on Instagram. If you're not following Big America.
Oh yeah, I see all of his with the audio dubbed over, slow motion backflips and all that.
Yeah, wicked stuff for just a little space.
Right. The now I don't know that I will have that level of. I get what he's doing because like. So I guess that's the big thing. Like I get what he's doing now. It looks pretty scale. It's getting like the type of air Matt gets with his Haas. He just
3 feet of air. Got like 3 feet of
Matt's
air.
Matt's like a pretty sick air in that video, wasn't it?
Taking off any sweet jumps.
The great thing about it though is that it's not broken.
Yeah.
So.
But I think, like when I do bash, I like my Outcast. I like to do stupid stuff.
Yeah.
Is the LMT going to trip that trigger?
Not those axles. If you put aluminum axles on, yes, all day.
That I see. Interesting.
I send it. Yeah.
All of a sudden, Vanquish is making aluminum axles for the LMT.
Right. Interesting.
If you put aluminum axles on it, it's insane. That's the break point. When you see how big the links are on it and like the rod ends, it's huge. Like that's what really changed it. So like Freestyle RC used to be the truck to get. And they were expensive.
Oh, and so ugly.
But you have to get the I have the Pro C one. That's like the cantilever.
Yeah, but like the axles that they had.
The square ones. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't break them.
Oh, they're you want to by the look of them.
Well, they're tunable. That's it. Like there's holes everywhere. So whatever chassis you want to mount to it, you can you can move it from there. But and they're indestructible because they're running like the Emax diffs and that. Oh man, they just take a beating. So they're just Emax drive shafts and diffs, and those are those huge. They'll take just a pounding, even though they're plastic.
Right.
Like they don't break. So they've made it indestructible, but it was rod ends. You'd always break rod ends.
Huh.
So that was the give point. So they actually made me one that has acrylic links. The whole thing is a solid piece of like acrylic, like huge. So I took it down to Monster Jam World Finals and almost won the freestyle with it because you couldn't break it. Like you could just send it as big, like triple flips and like nuts, like. Because with that cantilever suspension too, like as bad as you land, it just stays on the ground. Like no rebound. It's just like suctions to the ground. Like it has a fan sucking it down.
Talk a little bit more about
cool because you want to get upset and whatever with the monster truck, But at something like that, when the fans see it go high and like, whatever, they don't care that you're doing like the little moonwalks and stuff. They just want to see it go high and crash hard. So
Yeah.
it was awesome. But
Talk a little bit more about the Monster Jam World Finals. Is that like that's fully RC, that event?
no,
Or
so
is
the
it-
Monster
it's
Jam
a bit
World
of
Finals
both?
is the actual Monster Jam Truck World Finals in Orlando.
And then they have an RC event along with it?
So they have pit parties. If you go to any of the Monster Jams, they'll have a pit party where the trucks are all on display. The drivers are out. The kids can talk to them, look at the trucks up close.
You say kids, but you mean Tony.
Oh, yeah, it's all, the kids are there because the dads are there. Like, you're coming with me to this boy.
Can I get your picture?
You're gonna
with
like
the
this. I'm gonna
truck?
buy you this toy, and you're gonna play with it. No, a lot of the
But I'm
kids
keeping
do
one
like
too.
it, but a lot of people go to them. But yeah, so their pit party, they had racing at it. So I mean, there's like bleachers, whatever. It's pretty cool, and it's my first year going to it, and we did normal racing there. Then, so that was on Saturday. Sunday we did freestyle. The cool thing was, so we did it, and we did a race, and then it was the 40th anniversary of Gravedigger, so there was a whole separate race that was all just Gravediggers that were made. So Barry Musor, who's one of the drivers for Zombie, got into it through RC. They saw him down at Digger's Dungeon, said, "Hey, do you think you could drive a real truck?" Next thing you know, he's driving a real truck, Spider-Man, traveling around the world doing it. But
That's
he
crazy.
yeah, so he still does it though. So like he is a master. Like he used to do vinyl work. He worked at a vinyl shop. So he wraps all these bodies for everybody, like 40 different Gravediggers, like all these different, special ones. And it was super cool. But also like he built, so everybody had custom trucks so that they represented every one of the, and there's not like the Dragon truck. Like you can't just get a body for this crazy looking Dragon truck or Bakugan Dragonoid, like a toy, like all different kind of weird things. But he made them using different pieces of Lexan and different bodies and like screwing them together and doing vinyls for them. Super cool. But they had the drivers come. The actual Monster Jam drivers came, and so they had their own LMTs made that Barry made for them with their bodies. And so they had like 12 different Monster Jam drivers come and race them through all of it. And then they also did a freestyle the next day where the Monster Jam drivers came and freestyled the trucks and literally competed against each other in the RC event. And it was awesome. That was the best part of the whole weekend for me, like watching
That
them.
sounds pretty.
Because they would break something, but they didn't like, "Hey guys, here, what like they would literally grab them, run up over to one of our tables and start working on them and fixing them, and they knew the stuff. It was pretty cool.
Barry came and toured our shop. I don't know, maybe 2 years ago. It was awesome.
Yeah.
He was in town. He stopped at one of the
He's a
local
good
hobby
dude.
shops, and we had kind of set it up before. Like they were coming in town for Monster Jam. So he was going to one of the hobby shops, and he came over and he did he's an RC guy, so
Oh yeah,
just showed him the shop and everything, and then he invited us down. We went as they were setting up Monster Jam and bringing the trucks in on the trailers and all that kind of stuff. And we got to kind of walk around and look at the trucks and look at how their operations work. And that part of it was pretty awesome to just see the logistics and how all that stuff comes in, and the trailers with their spare parts and how their spare motors are. And it's a pretty cool world to see how they mobilize that and how many different Monster Jam tours are going on at once.
Yep. And it's less now because of COVID, but it was like 6 places, any given weekend. It's insane. Like,
Oh my gosh.
yeah, there's like 3 stadium tours and 3 arena tours or something. I don't even remember.
Super
The
impressive.
bummer is I miss the speedsters. They used to race the side-by-sides at the arenas, and I always thought that was the coolest. But now they don't do that, or the four-wheeler racing anymore. But
Two
yeah,
questions. Two questions
Yep.
about LMT versus the SMT. Are they basically the same size?
the length, width and length, wheelbase-wise, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Look, no.
Right.
Like the LMT
No,
just
no.
looks larger.
Yeah. Okay.
I
and then
figured the LMT was bigger.
second,
The drivetrain in the LMT is unreal. Like,
Right.
I haven't busted a single diff any drive shafts, nothing like that.
Okay, and then second question: LMT versus the Kyosho USA 1.
Oh,
Any comparison there, or are they so like far away from each other?
Yeah, so different.
yeah. The the USA 1, is that Twin Force, Mad Force axle stuff?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
But newer, they updated and made them beefier. But it's still chain drive.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite have the same handling. It handles more. I actually feel like it handles more like an independent suspension truck. It's kind of weird. The suspension's angled so much that it's really plush when you land. So it almost feels independent.
Yeah.
But
Got it.
it's not the same. They don't drive it all the same. Like for the tricks and all that kind of stuff, the LMT definitely, they're ready to run. I mean, I'm shocked by the Spectrum stuff. I just keep running it because it does great for, what we need them to for.
That's why I looked at the roller and I'm like, man, for what it's going to cost me just to put electronics in it. And like, I'd rather just buy the RTR and throw a better servo in it and then just be done.
Yeah. So that's the one thing is servo saver sucks on it. So I run like Freestyle RC ones and I just go the opposite way. I flip my servo over because it literally fits the length. It's basically like a spring that like Proline did, the big hit one that they used to do, kind of like that. But it goes from, right, add it to the knuckle and then run it to your just standard horn.
Right.
That's what I do, but other people get like the Trio one. But when you change out, you need some kind of servo saver.
Right, that makes sense.
They're expensive. They're $50 for a Freestyle RC one, but I don't bust servos. So
you get what you pay for, right?
Yeah.
Protecting your servos is kind of a big deal. You ever?
Yeah.
You talk a little bit about what you do for work. It's always confusing to me. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Because it's always different.
It's changed a lot in the last while.
Like you're always it's always changing. It seems like.
So I did humanitarian work for 15 years, doing video production, like fundraising and that kind of stuff.
Right.
Mainly it's like short documentaries, anywhere from 3 to 15-minute documentaries, traveling into different countries and showing either needs that are there that need to be met or showing needs that have been met, so people understand like where money goes if they do give. So it kind of varies between that kind of stuff. So that's kind of been the main thing that I've done. So between photography, a lot of photography for it, and then video.
Now you were freelance or?
I worked for 10 years for a company called Operation Blessing International. So I went to Haiti for the earthquake, ended up there for cholera, like when it happened. That was an accident. We were like straight up mud bogging, like 1-to-1. Like we were like, we're getting paid for this. People would pay to like be driving where we are right now. Like, winching people out of mud holes and just going for it. And then like, winching ourselves out and like, window deep, snorkels on these Lexus, literally water's in your windows. You're driving through these rivers and
that's crazy.
Cholera water is what it is too. Like it's like no joke, man. I've been crazy places like Joplin, went right from the Alabama tornado, Joplin, and
which is Missouri. Like crazy places. I've been to Missouri.
Disaster.
Man,
that's one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
That was wild.
Like you stood in the middle.
It was wild.
If you stood at the very center of that and looked around, you thought the world had ended.
Yeah.
It's like these people crawled out of their basements and must have been like, "Uh-oh."
Yeah, that was. We were down there shortly after as well.
Somehow, apocalypse. Yeah,
that's messed up.
So, and it was right after Haiti earthquake, which was bad, like death-wise, but visually was nothing like Joplin.
Yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, I've I go a lot of the coolest places at the worst times you can go.
Yeah, that's what a weird combination of.
That's sort of the reverse of what most people would do.
Last time Ukraine was under war, I was there in the bunkers on the front lines.
Tony, jeez.
Yeah, the driver, my camera guy, so I'm producing. Camera guy's buckling up, and the guy in the front yells something, and the translator says, "Driver said, in case of the bombing." Like no seatbelt. We need run from vehicle, like run from car fast, like.
No.
Oh, man.
And then you're driving by and there's like these blown up white vans that look just like the one we're in, and I'm like, cool, like. Yeah, I was in Mali when the French troops were kicking out the terrorists out of there. It's crazy stuff. I should write a book someday.
Yeah, you might want to do
Probably
that.
won't.
Or make a documentary.
Then now
if you
I
know a
play
guy.
with toy cars.
Podcast, maybe?
Super
Podcast?
safe. Super safe.
Well, careful. I mean, some of these things can get away from you, so...
I stepped on some kind of poisonous thorn tree thing at Axialfest. Went right through
I
my
heard
Crocs.
this I heard this discussion last night a little bit.
Right through my
He
Crocs.
needs some steel-soled Crocs.
Yes. I should have been wearing socks. If I had socks on, I don't think it had even gotten to me. But I wasn't wearing socks with Crocs.
You gotta get a pair of Ultras with the rock guard. They've got an
They
insert.
make those?
Yeah, it's an insert that's like a hard plastic insert for the inside of the shoe. Get that Croc on my face.
Got a hole. Is the one it went through? No, it went through the other one. Yeah, a big old puncture mark right in here where it went through. I kept it. I stuck it in my SCX-10 bumper, and it's in the house for one of my kids to get.
Yeah, perfect.
End up in the hospital.
Oh yeah.
No, but yeah. So
Sepsis.
so that's what I did for work. Currently,
It smells like almonds.
Currently with COVID, I don't travel as much, and as big as everything's gotten for me, I'm kind of like edging my way out of it because being gone that long is tough.
Sure.
You know, I'll be gone for weeks at a time. You know.
Yeah.
I was usually gone for like 3 months out of the year.
Yeah, that's a big chunk. I mean, it really
a
is.
lot.
Yep.
Yeah. Your whole like yeah, I was here for this conflict, and I was over here for this conflict, and then I play with. It's really a Mr. and Mrs. Smith type vibe, and it's like going to work and play with my RC trucks now. Really like disappearing into war zones, then coming back like no, it's fine. Wrench on my tiny truck.
I used to do drone videos that nobody would watch when I'd go, like to some kind of content. Like I had this, like the floating Uros Islands in Peru, like the largest lake that's elevation wise over 2 miles high or whatever. So I don't know, massive lake in Peru, which actually has one of my DJI drones at the bottom of it. But the second time was Redemption. I got footage back on that one. But they make these houses out of reeds and they make islands that float that they build their houses on also out of reeds. So and then they tie them all together, and like the water below them is like 70 feet deep. I learned that because they do a whole little, and so my drones, as I was gauging, like, do I jump for it or not? One, we had already talked about how cold it was in that little tour, and then how deep it was, and I'm like, I don't want to be 70 feet down with that drone later on, so
yeah,
I didn't jump
just
off.
Let it go, man.
You're just permanently down, just holding the drone, look of success, and just still down there.
Got it.
Well, we had to take off from a boat, so we were on this boat that's also made of reeds, and they fill them with 2-liter bottles. So they like take the reeds, make like a hull, drop all these plastic bottles in them, and then they basically stitch it up, and that's what you're on. It's like a double-decker.
Flex Seal?
So we're up on top.
I feel like it could change the game.
Flex Seal could help.
It could. But, whatever. Third world country. So I'm flying it back. It's literally coming back to us, and the guy's reaching to grab it. DJI 1, China gimbal. Like we had to do so much back in the
early
day
day
in order to smooth it. Like GoPro Hero 1 or 2.
Wow.
So it's coming back in, and he's reaching for it to grab it by the, those bottom posts that come down. He's literally just grab it out of the air, and it goes the opposite way, 100 like full speed into the water. Oh. And I'm like, oh my gosh! I was company once. I gotta like call them. Like my stomach just goes like all tingly. Like I gotta email them and tell them I just sunk this drone because they weren't cheap.
No,
back
it was like, what was that called? The
all
DJI.
That
was it was like the DJI Flame Wheel and the NASA M control, or
yeah, NASA controllers. Yeah,
I remember all that stuff. That's when I built my first
one.
Like
$4,000 in that thing or something.
Yeah, I went and did like the cheap version KK2 boards back in the day because I was like, I'm not ponying up for this NASA controller, and it was, and then I hit my house like 3 times. Like, should have bought that NASA, but.
Well, Tony, we have something in common. I have a drone at the bottom of a lake as well.
Oh no, do you?
Yes. That was
Which lake?
Ontario.
The great,
Oh,
the
that's a
great
big
one.
That's a big one.
Yeah, I'm not finding it. Yeah, it's
It is
gone.
also deep and cold.
Yes.
How'd you do that? It's always about how it happened. That's what's more better.
It was a healthy dose of inexperience and panic, I think, was the other part of it.
That'll do it.
Because it was not well calibrated, and it was sort of just kind of going away from me constantly, no matter what I did.
They can look like that. Sometimes it's really hard to tell.
Yeah.
It looks like they're going away. Even
The
if
whole like calibration where you hold it
Oh,
and
yeah,
spin around with it and all that.
Yeah, that was it.
and do the roll.
So-
I don't do that. You literally just hold it and you just spin around with it. You don't have to like twist.
Yeah.
You literally just your whole body twist with it.
That's fine now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helpful to know.
Yeah.
But at the time, not useful now. It was just one of those things where it was like panic set in, so I hit the come back to home button, but I was not ready for it to decide that home was nowhere near where I was, because it just kind of went zip, and I was like,
Oh my god.
When I was learning FPV at the beginning, I got a new camera. It was like the Hero Session style, but it was a fly cam or whatever, run cam. And I was still I was wearing the goggles, and I took off and went, "Yee," and then I was like learning how to fly in the like acro mode versus horizon, like whatever. It's like advanced mode versus beginner. And I thought I had it on this switch. So I was up at like 200 feet and I hit the switch, and it was just like the off switch. I just watched it in the goggles and went smack right down on the pavement. Went over there, picked it up. It was the first 45 seconds of flight with that setup. And I was like, I'm not meant to fly.
I was in Panama, right at the Colombian border where the drug traffickers and all that come through, you know, one of the safe places I like to go to. And so there's this tribe of people that live there on the river. And you know, I just done this whole thing like this. They'd showed me this drone footage this kid had gotten from there. And I'm like, wow, he must have like a new one. Like, I would never back my drone up like that because mine doesn't have like that reverse sensors and all that. Like, it's only on the front of it and the bottom. Like he must have the newer one that has like reverse sensors because, you know, flying like that's crazy down the river. So anyway, that was like an hour before this happened. So I'm flying and all these kids are coming. So they're like all gathered around watching like the footage on the camera. So I'm kneeling down and I'm bringing it back. And I look and I'm like, okay, there's power lines, but I'm above them. Not thinking. I'm like, well, I'm just going to keep pulling it back. These kids are watching. I stuck it like 50 feet in a tree, like just 50 to 75 feet up in a tree, just hung up in there. Luckily, would you believe that these people are known for
Tree climbing.
Tree climbing. Those dudes scaled that tree. Like they just like didn't even skip a beat and they're up the tree. I'm like, whoa, this isn't cool. This isn't safe.
be
and
careful.
then like they're telling me like, no, we climb trees. That's what we do. We bring all the fruit down from the trees. And I'm like,
did you tell them you should really get into
they
drones?
Just shook, like they smacked it out of the tree. So it fell. It hit every branch on the way to the ground, but and only a few plastic pieces were kind of like I just pushed it back together, and it's been fine since. Still works. Still have it.
Incredible.
But yeah, no, but yeah, that's kind of what I do for work. Crazy stuff like that.
You're still but you're not really doing that so much anymore.
So now I do a lot of freelance stuff, just whatever, like small little gigs for colleges and universities, and they need some promo video or something. And then
how many
RC companies
do you sneak in an RC segment into one of these videos that you're paying? Come to the University of Michigan. We have an RC
just
track.
Driving around. Yeah.
You should really Where's Waldo, everyone. Just put an SCX-24 on the shelf in the library as you do your paint.
That would be fantastic.
Just like,
Yes. I love that
There it
idea.
Look for it. Yeah.
It's the
great.
pink Bigfoot in the Dirt Everyday videos. Like,
yeah.
And you've done a few videos for RC companies. I know you're just going to say that, but
Yeah.
that's a pretty big honor as well.
Yeah.
I think
it's fun.
did you do the LMT stuff with them? Didn't you?
Yep. Yeah, I did their LMT videos. Their unboxing with the Andersons, and then their run videos for it. And then
that stuff was great.
Yeah. Then I did 2 of the Sen, the F450, both releases for that. The new
no
color
kidding.
and the
Oh,
originals.
that's good.
Yep.
Very cool.
So. Yep.
It's like it was meant to be.
Yeah. Now I'm just doing my own stuff. Trying to, at least. But all started with that stinking vacuum former. That's what started everything, man.
See?
And people wanted little things like the crush cars and that. And then I decided I wanted a tool because I couldn't find a tool that would do the everything from the minis to whatever. So all the multi-tools that you'd buy to just keep in your pocket didn't have or they were $50. So I did find a couple, but they were like $50 and I wasn't about to. So.
Even though I hate the concept of everyday carry, let's empty your pockets right now, Tony. Let's see what you got.
Well, I don't have anything. I'm just without.
Freaking crazy people.
Just like a normal person. Yeah. You're at home like a normal person. Good job, Tony. Thank you.
Well, no, so I always have this.
Oh, well, that doesn't. Okay,
that counts.
So pockets aren't empty. That counts.
So that's all I have in my pockets.
All right. I got absolutely nothing.
But I emptied them when I went on the boat, so I tend to drop them.
I have my Ridge wallet, my knife,
Oh, God.
my AirPods, my key case, my key,
And I'm the psychopath. You're at home, Josh.
and $1.21 in change.
Change.
You carry change?
What do you have change for?
Because I bought things
I have
with
not-
cash and was given change.
What are you using cash for?
Because
California, in case the electric grid goes down, you have to
sometimes,
have cash.
sometimes it's impossible to swipe the card. Like,
Oh, I did have my
Canada.
boat key too, because I just was on the boat. So I thought I was going to be late for this actually. So
Well, hey, we delayed as much as
Yes.
we could.
oh,
that's
and
good.
the pry bar. So
Oh, God. On that note, Tony, thank you so much for joining us tonight. If you are interested in checking out Tony's stuff, he has a website, which I have linked to in the description below.
me too. It is
You
in
can
mine.
check out all of his product.
If you've got SCX24
And,
needs, go check out his website.
Yep.
Are you going to
Or
get into
monster truck stuff?
more
You gonna
larger
do more
parts?
monster truck? Yeah.
no,
No, you're going to.
I mean it's really started with the tool. Like the tool was kind of, and that just sold out so fast that I, got a bunch more of them made, and then started dabbling in. Let's be honest. One of the best selling RCs out right now is the 24 scale, and it's also
True.
one of the RCs that needs the most upgrades
that,
to handle
yeah.
and be fun. So
Yep. You can go check out there's the Honey Badger servo.
yeah. Wait till you guys see the next one, the Mighty Chihuahua. It's coming. Everything's about like being small, but like Baby Goliath is the motor.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're all gonna have dumb names.
Junior Mortician.
Yeah, morticians.
Yes. Yeah. I figured.
Apprentice or intern, whatever.
I would have done something Lloyd, but it was already taken. So
Oh, I was right at the
Just-
tip of
No,
your.
you can call it the Lloyd, but just take one of the L's off of it.
okay. Or spell it Lloyd put the A in there. Lloyd.
Lloyd.
Yes.
Oh, it's French. It must be good.
Yes, Tony did talk
French
about
engineer.
his Lloyd, Mr. Patina guy.
Uh-huh. And we ripped it to shreds. Nice paint job.
The
I actually had a
Horrible
light on it earlier,
Sard-
but it fell off when I was grabbing the camera. It doesn't
sergeant
stand out as much as it was earlier when I got on.
Oh, boy. Well, thank you very much
Yep.
for joining
Thanks,
us. tonight.
Tony.
It's been
Well, thank
really
you
great,
guys.
Great
as
time.
per usual.
You guys
We'll
are
see again.
hilarious.
No, you.
I enjoy it.
Take care
Thanks
of
for
yourself.
joining
See
us,
ya.
man.
Bye now. I think he popped off. Did the old pop off. Now you're frozen. What's wrong with your face?
I don't know. My camera's not coming back yet either. Try it again.
Now you're huge again.
Sometimes you got to do the off and then on again.
Yeah. It's all about IT. There you go. You're back.
Yes.
Good show. Good Tony.
Yeah. Tony's always great.
Ah, the stories. He's been everywhere. He's done everything. I've been nowhere. I've done nothing.
Yeah, my stories None of them good. They're all from weird fields in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
I've been to the edge of no country with a tribe of anybody.
Bucks RC World, thank you for saying that. Badass live stream. It's been a good one for sure.
Yes, absolutely.
Tony says he really enjoys watching these, which is an absolute lie.
Scott O'Blander, thank you. He says Scott O'Blander just bought one of the baby Goliath motors. So again, if you do have a 24 scale, go check out his website.
Yeah,
Shop around. I'm sure it will continue to expand, and allow him to do more and more. So support Tony.
Support Tony. Make Tony work more.
Yeah, make him stay at home.
Don't let him go to terrible places anymore.
For good reasons, even.
For good reason, yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
Okay. Well, what are you building on Friday, Josh?
Whew. It's a great question. I have no idea.
An LMT roller.
Now, I think that RTRs are a better idea. I don't know if it's the right for the fan car. The more I think about it.
No, it's I'm totally right.
Not saying that we don't need them, but
well, I mean, I can be swayed.
I can easily be swayed as well. And that son of a digger looks good enough that I'm just like,
it does look better than the green cage.
It does.
Right?
It does.
But I don't like the body as much, but I can work with it. I'll pick up that Samson body if I had my eye on.
Yeah. Samsonite. That's what you should just put on the side.
I was way off. God, that thing is hideous. Okay. We'll find a good one. The Gozer, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know what I'll think of something, but I've got lots of. Oh, I didn't talk about which. I forgot that for mail call. I did get my 3D scanner finally.
I think we talked about that last week.
I finally used it at least. It's fun.
You've used it a bunch.
Not a lot.
Yeah,
well, a lot. I've used it a lot. Only starting to learn things. I want to do a full video on it.
Steep learning curve.
I've got to do more. I want to put out a video that's decent, but sooner than later.
I have a video coming out tomorrow.
What on?
I'm going to stay up. It's on a couple of things.
Alrighty then.
It's on the phasers.
Oh yeah. That's right.
And possibly something else.
And guest.
Special guest star. Yeah.
That'll be fun. You didn't do a live stream yesterday.
No, I was busy painting that body.
That's right. You were deep in thought.
Deep in paint.
So.
Yeah. But things are good. Things are happening. We'll come up with a way to develop that fan car idea, because I think that actually.
If you're watching this video after the fact, fan car suggestions.
We already did it. If you're watching this video, possibly a year from the date that it aired,
check the Monthly Mayhem playlist.
Josh probably won. Although I don't know that one.
I don't
go a lot.
I don't know either on that.
Yeah,
I feel like there's opportunity
that's
here.
a challenging one. Yeah.
So.
Definitely. We talked about his scanner projects for sure. Yes, we did, Wes. Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you to Savage Patch ×2, Psycho 13 Garage, and Gunnar Nissen. Thank you, gentlemen.
I know that I forgot to put viewer activity on. Scott O'Blander, Savage Patch as well, Gunnar Nissen. And I feel like there was a couple more that I missed, but I apologize. We were talking about so many things.
Smitten with Tony's dulcet tones. Deep smitten.
Isotoners? I don't know what fancy word you just tried to use on me, but
so I'm sorry.
All right, everybody. Thanks again.
All right. Yeah.
We'll see you.
Have a great rest of the
week for another episode. It's over already. Seems like it just started.
2 hours.
I know.
Yes.
We even started on time.
All right.
All right.
See you guys later. Love you.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.